Psych ward workers, what's the most memorable thing you've witnessed that you'll never forget? I work in a psychiatric facility with the highest incident rate in the city, and one Sunday morning, my coworker Nina decided to bring her 8-year-old daughter Ivy in to work with her. The daycare center was closed, and apparently this was somehow the best option. Our head doctor, Dr. Smithers, didn't want to allow it at first. He said it was dangerous for an 8-year-old to be around mentally unstable predators and killers, which, I mean, fair enough. Eventually, though, he agreed, but only if Ivy stayed in the break room for the whole day with the doors locked. Nina agreed. She set Ivy up with coloring books and went to clock in. I found her in the corridors. Aren't you worried about what could happen? She shrugged at me. Relax, it'll be fine. The thing was, I'm sure it would have been fine. The break room was isolated and completely safe, but then Nina decided to take Ivy out of the break room. She wanted to show Ivy the observation room patients could be viewed through thick security glass. Ivy walked in with Nina and pointed right at this one boy behind the glass. Freddie. Freddie was 12 and our most dangerous patient. 3 weeks ago, he stabbed an orderly with a plastic fork. Last month, he broke a window and used a shard to slice open another patient's face. Before he got here, he strangled his stepmother and blinded his younger brother. When Freddie saw Ivy through the glass, he went completely still. He walked to the glass slowly, pressed his forehead against it, and just stared at her. Ivy walked up and put her palm flat against the glass. Mommy, why does he look so sad? Nina yanked her backwards so hard, Ivy almost fell. She dragged her back to the break room. Behind them, Freddie started screaming. He slammed his head against the glass over and over until orderlies sedated him. It was terrifying. But the real horror happened 30 minutes later, when afternoon free time began. All the patients' room doors unlocked. Even the most dangerous patients were allowed to walk the common areas freely for the next 2 hours. We were 15 minutes into free time when Nina came sprinting around the corner, her face trembling and pale. Where's Ivy? What do you mean? Ivy's gone. She's not in the break room. My heart sank. Even worse, Nina's access badge was missing. Ivy had taken it. She was currently wandering the facility with full access to every violent patient we had. One wrong door and she was dead. I ran toward the adolescent wing while Nina checked the therapy rooms. Every second felt like a year. I kept picturing what some of our patients did to get here, what some did to children. That's when my radio crackled. Nina, barely breathing. Art room, now. I sprinted so hard my lungs burned. I burst through the door and froze. Freddie and Ivy were sitting on the floor facing each other. He was drawing something on a piece of paper while she watched. They were whispering, but I couldn't make out what. Nina and I locked eyes, both terrified. We knew what Freddie was capable of, how fast he could snap. I took one step toward them. Freddie's head snapped up. His hand gripped the pencil like a weapon. His whole body tensed. I froze, stepped back slowly. Ivy reached out and put her hand on top of his. Nina gasped, but Freddie didn't. Attack. He looked down at her hand. His grip loosened. His shoulders dropped. The tension drained out of him. Nina crept forward, told Ivy they needed to leave. Ivy stood up slowly. Can I come back and see your drawings tomorrow? Freddie nodded, barely. He watched her leave with an expression I'd never seen on his face, like someone lit a candle inside him then blew it out. That night, Freddie spoke for the first time since coming here. Is Ivy coming back? I wanted to believe yes, but I would also understand if she didn't. But then the next morning, Nina brought Ivy in. She walked her into the room with Freddie and sat there supervising them. It was terrifying but heartwarming at the same time. The thing was, I also knew if Dr. Smithers found out, he would ban Ivy from coming here. Even worse, he'd press charges, fire Nina, ruin any chance of progress Freddie had. So I made the decision to cover for them. It soon became a game of cat and mouse, trying to help Freddie without Dr. Smithers realizing. Ivy was coming every few days, and over 4 weeks, I watched the impossible happen. Freddie stopped refusing food, he took his medication, apologized to the orderly he stabbed. His doctor said she'd never seen anything like it in 20 years. Everything was going great, but then 5 weeks in, Dr. Smithers found out. He stormed into the break room, face red. Do you have any idea what happens to my career if that child gets hurt? Lawsuits, liability, prison, you're done. He gave Nina an ultimatum. Stop bringing Ivy, or be terminated and reported. Nina thought about it, and chose to refuse both options. She hired the best medical attorney in the city, who found legal precedent for therapeutic intervention. They filed an emergency petition, presented 4 weeks of documented progress, the eating, the medication. Dr. Smithers presented his own concerns, liability, protocol. The judge reviewed everything. The ruling came down. Therapeutic intervention approved. Ivy's visits would continue under supervision. Dr. Smithers' face twisted, but there was nothing he could do. The next day, Ivy walked into the art room, legally, with permission. Freddie was already there, waiting. He looked up at her. You came back. Ivy smiled. I told you I would.